The Ron and Fez show, and it's that time of the show for the character to come rolling in. This is a different kind of guy today, though, huh, Chris?
Yep. Maurice Wembley, exterminator by trade.
What's the whole backstory on Maurice Wembley?
He's from the Bronx, and he was an exterminator for many years.
So kind of a rough and tumble kind of guy.
Sure, yeah.
Kind of a Bronx.
Yeah.
Kind of a Bronx tale.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
I see.
He's fucking maniac.
All right, let's bring him in. The exterminator, Maurice Wembley.
I'm too sexy for my love, too sexy for my love, love's going to leave me.
Here he comes. Not really all that dressed as an exterminator. Hello, Maurice Wembley.
Hello, everyone. Bug inspection going on.
It's Maurice Wembley, and you're the exterminator?
I'm the exterminator. Yes, I am. So I need to check every little nook and crack around here to see if there's any bugs. I really need to get into some cracks here and see if there's an infestation. Or if there will be.
It's Maurice Wembley. Actually walking the catwalk as I sit here and watch.
There's no bugs on this catwalk.
On the catwalk, yeah, I do.
Maurice Wembley is here, everybody.
I'm mostly interested in bed bugs. I like to know what's going on between the sheets. Like to get in deep. What chair was Rick Springfield sitting in?
That one. But Garland was in it right after him. Maurice Wembley here. Maurice, what would you like to talk about today?
Well, I'll tell you, it's another banner day for gays in America. Don't ask, don't tell. A federal court has said no. No, government, no Pentagon. You can't keep enforcing that. So now it's okay to tell. I suppose it's all right to ask.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Does that become harassment when you're asking?
I don't think it's polite to ask, but it's sure okay to tell.
See, I think they might end up regretting that. Because just think of, you don't go around asking people things.
Well, what people have to do, the gays in the Army, what they really need to do is just tread lightly right now. This thing goes back and forth so many times in the court that, someone could ask today, you go ahead and tell, by tomorrow it's back on the table again, and you've already told.
All right, so don't ask, don't tell has been pulled.
Yes, that it has been lifted. A federal court says, no, you can't keep enforcing that. A don't ask, don't tell policy has been banned now.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's such a good idea to let a gay person finally tell in the Army. Because once a gay guy starts telling, he's not going to stop. He's going to tell you about when he first realized he was gay. He's going to tell you about his first crush. He's going to tell you about the time he came out to his parents. He's going to tell you about every breakup. This is a big can of worms where once the telling starts, the telling won't stop.
So they're chatty.
A little bit, yes. Yes, once that topic is opened up.
We should go from Army to since it's a gay Army now, to Garmy, and just say you're in the Garmy.
That's so cute. I like that.
Yeah, I know, it is kind of cute.
That's fun.
Yeah.
You're in the Garmy now.
Right.
Because it almost sounds like an army from the garment district.
Or it could be, yeah, it does. Or you could just say you're in the Army Archer. And I don't know whether anyone even liked that joke because it's kind of, it's a throwback.
I think I had an uncle who was.
John, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Hey, is Maurice going to get married to Frank Watson?
I'm not sure who Frank Watson is, but give him my number.
Frank Watson is a guy that we had in here last week that quite, frankly, Maurice, you sound somewhat like.
Really?
Yeah.
What a coinky-dink that would be.
I don't know what you mean by coinky dink. Coincidence?
Yeah, by a coincidence.
Why do you say coinky dink?
Isn't it so much cuter?
Yeah, but what does that even mean?
Well, it just means the same thing. It's a coincidence that happened in a wink of an eye, I guess.
Okay, all right. Coinky dink. Mm-hmm. Wasn't Winky Dink on television or something, like a cartoon thing?
I think that was a Teletubby.
No, coinky dink, I think that you could draw on your TV set. Winky Dink and Me. I remember there was some kind of story about it from like the 50s or something crazy.
Yeah, it was a CBS show from the 50s.
Yeah, I remember
Dink and you.
seeing a rockumentary on it.
I got sent home from school for drawing my Winky.
In the 50s?
Well, let's say close to thereof.
Right.
If we could throw in more words.
Pre-Beatles.
Sure, the invasion hadn't happened yet.
I don't see you doing a lot of, like, bug spraying or anything.
Well, so far, actually, I have a kind of a fear of bugs. I'm really not that thrilled with them.
Matt in Oklahoma, you're on Run of Fez.
Can I speak with Mo Will?
Maurice is here.
Yes, I wanted to ask Maurice, when did he realize he was gay, and who was his first crush on?
That's a very interesting question, Maurice.
Oh, yes. I think it was when I was very, very young and I saw Richard Dawson hosting Family Feud and kissing the women down the line. Mm-hmm. And I thought, oh, to be a contestant on Family Feud.
Yeah,
and get that smooch.
Right, but he never kissed any of the men.
No, but, you know, a kid's mind, imagination, the creativity just takes over.
What do kids have?
Creativity.
Oh. All right, Maurice, anything else you want to talk about?
Well, there is one person running for president, and I'd like to mention her and her spouse.
Okay.
Now, this is Michelle Bachman out of Minnesota, who's running for president.
Taking care of business.
So, what we have here is her husband, Dr. Marcus Bachman, who has audio out of him talking about homosexuals and basically comparing them to savages.
Okay.
So if we could listen to this audio.
Oh, you brought in audio.
Oh, I brought in. I just threw it in the back of the bug truck.
But you're the strangest exterminator I've ever seen before. Brought in audio.
Full service.
Oh, all right. Let's take a listen here.
We have to understand barbarians need to be educated. They need to be disciplined. And just because someone feels it or thinks it doesn't mean that we're supposed to go down that road. That's what's called the sinful nature. And we have a responsibility as parents and as authority figures not to encourage such thoughts and feelings to move into the action steps. And let's face it, what's our culture? What is our public school system doing today? They are giving full, wide open doors to children, not only giving encouragement to think it, but to actually encourage action steps. That's why when we understand what truly is the percentage of homosexuals in this country, it's small. But by these open doors, I can see, and we are experiencing that it is starting to increase.
All right, Dr. Bachman, let me put this out there. If you're straight, you have to be able to say the word homosexuals without sounding like a homosexual. This is, mark my words, it's July 7, 2011. Mark my words, this is going to blow up like Ted Haggard at a rest stop.
All right, what is going to blow up?
This is a guy who runs a so-called clinic which has claims of curing homosexuality. He educates the barbarians.
What you were just playing for us, you swear to God, that's not doctored, that's real. That's Michelle Bachman's husband who talks that way. And he does what for a living?
He does re-educating at his clinic, where part of what they do, part of the mental illnesses, as they call them, at his clinic is re-educating homosexuals and, according to Dr. Bachman, basically curing them. Mm-hmm. Now listen to that man. Take your own medicine if you're looking for a cure so bad.
All right, let's give him another listen and see. Did you pick up, Hicks, that he sounds a little homosexual?
No, not really.
Listen to when the man says open doors.
And by the way, it's an awful thing to accuse somebody of, but let's take a listen.
We have to understand barbarians need to be educated. They need to be disciplined. And just because someone feels it or thinks it doesn't mean that we're supposed to go down that road. That's what's called the sinful nature. And we have a responsibility as parents and as authority figures not to encourage such.
All right. So you're saying Michelle Bachman is engaged or married to a gay man?
Yes, that is what I am saying.
You're not even saying allegedly.
No, I'm saying he's so interested in the gays. This audio sounds like it was recorded backstage at a Barbra Streisand concert. This man has issues with gay people, and the lid is going to get blown open on this one.
Now, is anybody else running with this story?
I haven't heard anyone else talk about this. And just the fact that he's calling gay people barbarians to begin with it makes the man sick in his head.
Here's Scott, New Jersey.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
You got to talk to your scheduler. You have to bring Fez back. All these assholes you keep bringing on the show, Fez has got to come back.
All right. I appreciate it. Mike the trucker.
Ronnie B's a genius. 2 hours and 40 minutes, Ron, and we finally got the real Fez in there. That's fantastic, man.
No.
Just wake up and just be yourself there, dude.
This is Maurice.
Maurice Wembley from Wembley Exterminators.
Wembley Exterminators. If you want us to kill a bug, call us.
Oh, I'll kill it. I won't like it. I'll kill it, but I'll need someone else to get it out of the house. But I will kill it.
Now,
I don't use a lot of sprays. I just throw shoes from across the room.
Now, I understand Maurice was supposed to be here earlier. Hicks.
Yeah.
Was Maurice supposed to have a different voice than he did? And that's what we were working on?
This isn't the Maurice I know.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez.
Did you not schedule an exterminator to stop by?
Oh, yeah.
I'm afraid I'm going to see a bug in here.
Adam, you're on Ron Fez.
Ron, I'm confused. Did Maurice a few minutes ago say that they tagged "Don't Ask, Don't Tell" along onto gay marriage?
I said that it's "Don't Ask, Don't Tell." It's been banned. They can no longer implement that policy in the military. A court lifted that.
Let's go over here to Rich. Rich, you're on Ron Fez.
I love this character, Maurice. He's awesome. He's up-tempo. He's high energy. He's hitting on all cylinders.
I love you, Rich.
Well, thank you.
Sean, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, Ron, you're a radio genius. You've interviewed movie stars, rock legends, everybody in the business. I want to know if you ever thought your radio career would end up at this point.
No. No. Especially as I was watching Garland go off into the sunset. And I just yelled out, "Take me with you." Here's Anthony. You're on Ron Fez.
Hey, Ronnie B, you sound good.
Thank you.
Hey, you got to bring back Fez, man. All these people you're bringing in, they suck. Bring back Fezzy.
That'll be Fez's decision when Fez wants to come in. Right now, we're happy to have Maurice. Anything else going on, Maurice, that you wanted to talk about?
Well, I felt bad for Casey Anthony for this one aspect that now that she's getting out of prison in the next month or so, Vivid Entertainment took back their offer of having her star in one of their porns.
There was so many complaints.
Yeah, they actually released a statement saying, "We were mistaken. We didn't realize that people would not want to see Casey Anthony in a porn movie."
It's too bad.
Yeah, it was they were right in on this project. They had working titles going on. They were working on a film called Twat Mom.
Instead of Top Mom?
Instead of Top Mom. I think it would have been a natural hit.
What was the name of it?
Twat Mom.
I would have watched that.
Sure. I think they're underestimating, to quote George Bush, to the American public on if Casey Anthony is in a porn. Sure. Behind the Cell Door would have been great starring Casey Anthony.
Instead of?
Behind the Green Door.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a natural. Casey Anthony, the party girl, living the beautiful life according to her tattoos. It's a perfect fit with vivid entertainment pornography.
And you've even got some titles there.
Yes, Balloon Not Without My Daughter.
Instead of Not Without My Daughter,
Balloon Not Without My Daughter.
And then just a big close-up of her asshole.
Sure, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, put her talents to work. She's going to need to learn a skill. She's been in jail for almost 3 years.
I would have watched that. You know why?
Why's that?
Ass man. I'm an ass man.
Sure. She could have starred in Mommy Rearest.
Instead of?
Mommy Dearest.
All right, so it would have been Mommy Rearest, and it's an anal.
Again, yes. Again, we focus on the ass.
I've never met a bug man who knows so much about fun porn titles.
Sure. Well, you know, a lot of times you're waiting for the next bug call to come in. You're waiting for someone to see a roach or something. You have to keep yourself occupied.
Here's what the bug call sounds like at his place.
We've got one, boys!
Casey Anthony is not getting a porn film. That's too bad. Too bad, since there's so many fun titles floating around.
Absolutely, because that was one of her first offers that came in.
She has had other offers.
Yeah, well, sure. Yeah, there was for other porn films. Mm-hmm. Like My Mother the Whore.
Instead of?
My Mother the Car.
Wow, you reached for that one.
That was a little far.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 50-year-old TV show, I guess, that lasted 4 episodes.
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't mean that it couldn't work with the right person in the vehicle.
What was it going to be?
My Mother the Whore.
Okay.
See, this would have been fun for Casey Anthony, too. What else is she going to do? Other than dodge Pinellas County Vigilante Justice or whatever it is.
Well, it's actually the middle of the state. Pinellas was nice to her. It was her own Orange County, I guess, is where
Oh,
she
yeah,
was,
Orange
right?
County in Orlando. Yep. Prison terms of endearment. Casey Anthony, call the Vivid people back. See if you can get back in a porn film.
I don't know how to tell you this. I think you peaked with Balloon Not Without My Daughter. I think, by the time we got to My Mother the Whore and terms of prison endearment, I don't know. I mean, it was really strong there for a while. I loved it.
What about the Parent Strap on?
That's a little closer back to where we wanted to be.
Uh-huh.
No doubt about it. John in Mass, buddy, how are you?
Yeah, what rough and tumble part of the Bronx is Maurice from? I just wondered.
Oh, I got out of the Bronx quick. I was born in the Bronx, like Chris Stanley said, but quickly, as a child, ran away to the West Village.
Here's Jeff in West Virginia.
Hey, Maurice, how about instead of throw mama from the train, we got throw mama on the cock?
So throw mama on the cock.
I like it.
Jason in New York, you're on Fez. Jason.
Oh, yes. Hey, Ryan, I had a question for Mr. Wembley.
Sure.
I've got a spider on a window. I need to remove that window also. Will a size 13 take care of both problems?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, it should. Hopefully the glass will hit the spider and then you won't even have to go near it.
Nate, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Maurice, I'm just curious. How many times have you been roofied and mouth fucked?
You know what? That's really, seriously, that's not a nice thing to say to an exterminator.
Jesus.
That's no one's business.
Professionally or socially?
Don't, if you even do that, Maurice, if you even start doing it, they won't stop. They will not stop. We're so lucky that Maurice the Exterminator sitting in with us today, doing a great job.
Have you seen one insect since I got here?
No.
No, see? Getting the job done. Wembley exterminating.
Mark, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Yeah, Roy B. I was going to ask you, do you ever crave tater tots when you hear the term tot mom? And also for Maurice, I want to ask him, I don't know if any exterminators that make $1 million and work 1 hour a day is pretty awesome.
Let's move on to something. I never crave tater tots. I find it to be one of the most disgusting things that's happened to the planet. Adam, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Yeah, I got a Casey Anthony porn title.
What's that?
4 weddings and a kid's funeral.
You know what? That seems almost sad to me. and little Kaylee was left behind like that, and as a nation, I think it's one thing to watch it as entertainment, but to joke about a kid dying, no. I can't do it. Can't do it. Chris, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Yes, I want to know if Maurice had heard of the movie that Casey's going to be in. It's a group sex scene, 3 men and a baby killer.
See, I don't like this kind of thing. Hicks, you see where I'm coming from here, right? And I'm no prude.
Well, baby, you compose in a swamp. Come on.
Thanks, Hicks.
That's not nice.
Here's Mike. Mike in Maryland, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, I was wondering if they call Maurice Mo for short.
I have been called that, yes, by people that don't even know my name's Maurice.
Weird.
It's like they're psychic or something out there.
Ben, you're on Run of Fez.
I got a movie title.
What is it?
Waiting to Exhale.
Thank you. Hey, Tony, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, I got one she could do. The Lovely Bones and Boners.
Some of this, it actually was a murder that happened. Maurice, I'm not going to attack you for your sense of humor. Mm-hmm. I know we all mourn in different ways. I just uncomfortable with it.
Well, I tried to go more sex and the top mom.
But you see what it's turned into.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like a bug infestation. It's just, you get one roach, next day you have 1,000.
You use every metaphor as a bug thing, I guess, because you're an exterminator.
Mm-hmm. Wembley exterminating. And, if Jeff Garland ever needs a fumigation or anything of any properties, I'll be like Tower West Dry Cleaners and just hop right over, do a great job for you.
If you can give them a call today to thank them. They are our business of the day. 212-724-5370. That's 212-724-5370. And just let them know you heard about them on the radio and you thought it was fantastic. People should be congratulated. They should be congratulated. Adam, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Ronnie. I just wondered if you got a smile on your face right now when you got to sit through all these characters that don't work, and then you get the one that just clicks, and you just transport it back, a bunch of years. It's got to make you happy.
Absolutely makes me happy. And the weird thing is, I was saying such good things last week about Frank.
Who?
Frank Watson. And I think Maurice is every bit as good as Frank Watson. Every bit as good. Joe, Albany, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, what's going on, Ron? Hey, I got a Casey Anthony porn title.
What do you got?
Dump in My Swamp.
Say again, a child is dead. A child died. I don't want to be part of that. Let's break here. Maurice in the house and shaking it up. Maurice the bug guy. Back in seconds. It's the Run of Fez. Today it's Everybody Loves Maurice. Maurice, the Exterminator, is here. What's the name of your business, Maurice?
Wembley Exterminating.
Wembley Exterminating. If you have a bug, Maurice kills them. It's Maurice the Exterminator. Here's Bill in Boston. You're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Maurice, I have a bug question for you.
Please.
I have a bee in my place, and I was just wondering if you think a vacuum will be an effective tool to get rid of it.
You get a bee in your place, anything goes. It's all-out war. You do what you have to do to get rid of that.
Here is Greg in Minnesota. You're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Maurice, I got a question for you.
What's that?
If I have a skeeter on my Peter, will you whack it off?
And here's we lost Moby. So a lot of people asking bug questions of Maurice, but you have a lot of other interests, right, Maurice?
Yes, I do. One thing I'm fascinated with is straight people and heterosexuals and their mating habits, that sort of thing. Almost like from a anthropology perspective.
You were right the first time when you said anthropological. I think that was the correct phrase.
So I saw this thing where it was a study of long-term relationships, men and women.
So it was a study out there.
Mm-hmm. Women.
Who did the study?
There was some university, and I was looking through for, like, bug studies.
Where'd you find it at?
I believe I found it on, Yahoo! That was probably it.
So the study was what, Maurice?
That it was in long-term relationships, women in the relationship, they don't really feel their happiest until 15, 20 years into the long-term relationship. And it's a situation of they're most unhappy during that first 15 years.
Well, it doesn't mean that they're unhappy. It's just that they get happier as people, as the relationship gets on, because they're nesters.
Oh, okay. So I was wondering, how a relationship like that works if someone needs 15 years in. It was almost seeming like it's straight marriage that isn't working in this country. It's the one that should have the ban on it.
Let's go over here to Joe. Joe, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
I want to ask Maurice, I have an AIDS bug. Can he get rid of it?
Please, that's not nice. You don't feel good about yourself asking such a question. Bubba, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
I just want to ask Maurice, since you're so interested about straight people, is Maurice, are you gay?
Yes, absolutely. Not too quick on the uptake, are you? Took a while for Sherlock Holmes to crack that case.
You got a little mad by the asking and telling?
Well, yeah, it's like I said, asking may not be polite. Telling is fine. Do all the telling that you want.
Just don't ask.
The asking is where you really run into rude territory.
Kind of for us, by us. That word's for us. That's how many times I try to tell Hicks that. Yes, me and my friends can call each other that word, but you can't.
Oh, I just want to be in.
You're not. You're not in.
I'll be accepted, that's all.
The government saying that sex selection in China has gone so far.
Did you say sex selection?
Sex selection.
All right, sex selection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sex selection has gone so far in China that by the year 2030, men there in China, Chinese men, 1 in 5 of them, are not going to have any woman companionship. The women will all be taken up because they're getting rid of the female children.
Well, they're not getting rid of them. They only get one baby, and people would rather have a boy.
Right, they're aborting the female fetuses.
Right. They're not getting rid of the children. They're, as you said, selecting their sex. But what makes you think that they can't marry women from other places?
Well, it's just there's the lack of mobility that comes around in China.
And you think it'll be that way 30 years from now?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it's some of the inland villages. They're not gonna be able to have mixers where they're gonna meet women from other places.
Jason in Iowa, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Maurice, I'm wondering if you ever get called Space Cowboy or the Gangster of Love?
Only during very drunken nights.
Some call me the Gangster of Love. Some people call me more.
Scientists are saying that pigeons are able to recognize human faces and remember them. And that they'll even remember a human, a particular human that has been hostile to them before. So this is becoming frightening. Let any other animal take over, but don't let the pigeons start holding grudges out there.
All right, you act like they're just learning to do this. And what you're finding out is the scientists now discover that they have always had the ability.
Right.
So you don't have to begin to be frightened. This is the way that pigeons have acted. That's all.
Forever.
Now, I didn't know that there were certain animals that don't recognize things. I would be surprised if the squirrel didn't know who the fucking farmer was.
See, I would think with an animal with that small of a brain, that there wouldn't be a lot of memory space in there to start recognizing individual faces.
A dog recognizes you, a cat recognizes you, a mouse recognizes you. I don't know why we'd be surprised that the pigeon is. But whatever it is, Fez, I mean, what's his name?
Maurice.
They're not just learning it. It's been around. Here's Lewis. You're on Run of Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys? I could be wrong. I tuned in kind of late, but is Maurice an exterminator?
Yes, I am.
All right, so why are you talking about relationships and all that shit? Shouldn't you be talking to us about bugs?
Well, this place has checked out all clear so far. I haven't seen one bug.
Or shouldn't you relate your stories to, like, bug stuff? You know?
Here's Ken. Ken, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, Maurice, how would one get rid of a pesky trouser snake?
Well, that's the trick to it. You don't.
Ryan, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, I'm having trouble with my XM radio. It's stuck on the gay channel. I'm looking for Ron and Fez.
Kim Kardashian is saying that a lot of times with people coming up to her, she feels like a zoo animal. Well, yes, if you're going to present yourself out in public as the Assosaurus, people will want to try to get your picture taken with you.
She's now able to recognize our faces.
That's the frightening thing. I think she's already taken care of. And don't start calling yourself a zoo animal. That's just wrong, Kim. That's your sister Chloe's gimmick.
Vinny, you're on Run of Fez.
Maurice, are your parents ashamed that you're openly gay?
Let's go over here to Brendan.
Maurice, I just want to let you know I taught my pet pigeon how to say cookie. I'm very excited about it.
Watch out, he'll recognize you.
Phil, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Big Mo, you ever heard of a homing pigeon?
I think there's a difference from flying back to your coop and remembering someone who was mean to you and sitting there holding a grudge.
What would be the difference? They could find their way around.
By recognizing things. Like landmarks and such. Pigeon coops.
This just in, puppies are controlled by gravity. It's the reason why they don't go lifting themselves off the planet Earth.
Holy shit!
Dan, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Mo. Got a question for you. Often you'll find if you got cockroaches, you'll have ants. If you have mice, you'll also have rats. Does Maurice ever come across standalone tests?
Well, that's an interesting question.
Oh, absolutely. Every now and then there'll be just one big possum in somebody's yard that you gotta get rid of.
That's the weird thing. Now we're on exterminators. They just have insects, and then they throw in a possum. It doesn't make fucking sense to me. They don't remove any other mammals. And now suddenly let's leap ahead to a possum.
I feel sorry for the possum. It just gets locked in with fucking cockroaches.
I am not a bug. I am not an insect. I'm a possum.
Bugs, vermin, and varmints.
Here's Don, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Ronnie B, brother. Great show today.
Thanks.
Hey, Mo, has anyone ever told you sound like that awesome radio host from the late 90s to early 2000s, Beth Marie Watley?
I have not heard that. I'll take it as a compliment, though. And I believe to be out of things.
What do you mean?
Anything that I had come in to talk about, I've rambled through already.
Well, what was the one that you really liked talking about?
Well, I think it was the Don't Ask, Don't Tell and the Michelle Bachman's husband.
Well, we handled those pretty good, though, right?
Yeah, those were fine. Probably should have been more conversational.
In what way?
Just more of a place to go.
Okay. Where would you like them to go?
I don't know, just further.
I don't know. I'm trying to fucking interact with you, Maurice. I really am.
Yeah, Mo.
Just tell me, what is it you would like to talk about? I would be glad to.
Yeah, nothing's coming to mind at the moment.
But is there some conversation I didn't make with you about those other topics? I would be glad to.
Oh, no. It's just I said they went quickly.
Right.
That's what I was saying.
Well, what do we do till the end of the show, then?
I'm not sure. You
know what I think the problem was, Maurice?
What's that?
Came in a little too early. think you come in a little later and you would have taken us right up to the limit. It would have been great. Joe, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ron. It's just amazing. He come in with audio and everything, and now he's starting to wind down. I can't understand it. I mean, he was blowing it up.
Yeah, he was. He came in like gangbusters.
Yeah, he should still be going out like gangbusters, not just fading away.
I know. I was on top of it. I was loving it. Hicks, what would you have given him?
Oh, Jesus Christ. A. Solid A.
Yeah.
For Maurice.
You just got to think of him as a 100-meter guy, though.
Okay.
They, come in. Pop, 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 pop. And that is it for us. Maurice, you did a bang-up job. You really were going good. You hit a wall there today?
Little bit of a wall, yes. I think I found some termites in it.
Did you hear what Jeff Garland says about his preparation? Nothing.
Right.
He prepares nothing. And you will notice in your preparation, it leaves you feeling ill-prepared.
That's true.
I know it is. And you've agreed with me on that for how many years now?
Plenty.
All right, let's just one quick push it away, no interaction. That is it for us.